Hi, we are back on Facebook. There was a problem with YouTube. Someone actually came on and said there was a copyright issue, so YouTube took me off. But we're going to continue the lesson, and I'll find out what that difficulty was. So if any of you could actually just put a Facebook post out to let people know that we are going to begin the message service of the Divine Masculine and Feminine, and go over the notes and the readings and the download that was given to me by uh, uh, Mary Magdalena. What Magdalena wanted me, and she is here, she's actually dressed to also in purple today. What she wanted me to have you know is that uh, there were female apostles first, and that men and women came together around Christ to spread the word of the divine consciousness and the fact that people were spiritual beings. In their time too, that was a very materialistic world. And she wants us to know that the effectiveness that was present when the word was passed and people were converted meaning transformed into the possibility of being a divine being. There was an integration of the divine feminine and the divine masculine. What was present then that she's seeing present now is a distorted masculine energy in the 3D world, a distorted feminine energy in the 3D world. And we have the opportunity in the grace and life and love that surrounds us with the light workers who are out there now to at least tip the balance of the planet, to bring it to divine feminine and divine masculine. The distorted masculine ruling the world has been a keeping up with the Joneses philosophy. It's been the control my environment, judgment, and actually bullying. What's being seen as the distorted feminine energy existing in the 3D world has been this policy of avoiding taking responsibility, of belittling, of diminishing to stay above things, to stay in control of things, or to retreat. Now, what it needs in the world is a soldier of fortune. And Magdalena wants us to know that we're not here by accident. You're not hearing her words by accident. This time, our time, this opportunity, this time on the planet, raising consciousness is not a doing. It won't happen by the speaking of it. Uplifting humanity is not wishful thinking. The only chance the world has of being uplifted begins with our personal upliftment. And our upliftment depends on us fulfilling on and integrating those energies, divine masculine and divine feminine. And those energies predominate if you have a male body. It may predominate when you have a female body because you chose that as your path, you chose that as your peace, you chose that as your um, transportation, shall we say, your vehicle on this planet in this incarnation. It's considered that the feminine energy is there's centripetal and centrifugal. Female energy brings from spirit, creates from, and delivers into the physical plane. And that's identified by, and it's you can see it conceptualized just in the act of birth, childbirth. The male energy is that energy that takes from the material that is brings together, organizes, differentiates, and then sends out to the planet, to the world, what is seen or created. So together, of course, we need both. We need to have both energies operating in our system. And inside of that, inside of those energies, we want to look at the story that we're to tell. That's the sacred rule we had. And Magdalena wants to remind us the story, our story, does not depend on, does not rely on incidents, circumstances, or people who are in or come through our life. Your story is not of sacrifice for your children or submission to spousal expectations or your relinquishment of peace to your friends or workers, fellow workers. Your story is what you stand for, what you make available, what you offer. And that offer is made by the consistency of your words, which I'm advised should be few, and your actions, which should be plentiful. Having your heart open to the unlovable ongoingly. Having your heart open to the unlovable ongoingly so it can be transformed and transmuted. The integration indicates soft words with bold actions, never resisting your fears, never allowing aloneness to be the standard of your life, rather true and loving partnership to hold you upright and filled with divine grace. Allowing the divine to inspire your daily plan. Evoking action from this inspiration. Responding appropriately, consciously to what is going on around you. We fellow light workers, we friends, loved ones, are the salvation of the world, but only if we save ourselves. Magdalena and also Raziel and Mary shared with us that our humanness is a sacred trust. Not to be dishonored by circumstances or mean and jealous thoughts or intentional ignorance. What Magdalena shares with me is her story as the life partner of Christ. And yes, Christ was human. He had fears. He knew and was conscious of his sacred journey and his actions and his words, the 3 years that we know about, were to be used as a demonstration, as a model